Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome in. Just trying to get set up here, and it's my second live stream on this channel. I've got another channel. I spend a lot of time on that one. I try to spend enough time on here to keep the algorithm up to date. I don't post weekly, but I do like to try to post at least once every couple weeks. Most of the summer, I didn't post anything at all. And I think that probably, I don't know if it hurt the channel, but it definitely doesn't help when you're not uploading consistently. So that's kind of what this is about, this live stream. I kind of made it open to discussion, but um, I really want to get a feel for what I want this channel to be. I know what I want it to be, but I don't know when it's going to get there or how it's going to get there exactly. I'm someone who's really into nature. I'm into hiking. I'm into sightseeing. I live in Michigan, and I live in like lower Michigan, so it's not necessarily like it's flat. It's not what I really love is like hills and mountains, valleys, and we have lakes. We got the lakes, which is great. And I'm kind of a lake person. I grew up on a lake, so I always kind of enjoyed swimming in lakes and boating and stuff like that. But as an adult, I'm not as much of like a lake person as I was as a kid. Let's just say so. Um, and that's not to say I don't like it, but I don't like go spend a lot of time in it. I don't have friends that live on lakes anymore. I'm not a big partier, so I don't do that. Um, but I do have a couple like lakes in the area that I like to go to, and I certainly like to go to the Great Lakes, which is not that close, but I am taking a trip to Lake Huron and staying the night there at Lakeport in June with my daughter. We're gonna camp, and I got another thing planned, and probably on Lake Michigan in August, and that'd probably be a little bit longer of a trip. The one on Lake Huron is one night. We're not huge campers, so and for me especially tent camping at my age, I'm 48, so I'm not really totally into that now. That's not to say I don't like it. I mean, the extent of our camping in the last, well, my daughter's 11 now, so but um, is camping in the backyard. And then that way, if I want to come back in, I can. Usually we make it to the morning, and that's only like once a summer we do that. Um, but I do plan on venturing out at least for one night in June on Lake Huron, and then the trip to Lake Michigan will probably be a hotel. I haven't pinpointed a beach yet, but I'm thinking Opal Beach in Saugatuck, and of course I'll be making videos for that. Um, but I'm trying to pinpoint what the audience on this channel really prefers. I kind of have an idea of it. The most views I've gotten was Spirit Halloween last year. I mean this past Halloween, and that's gotten over 1,000 views. And then some of my shopping, like Aldi, Target, Menards, some of those places have done pretty well. And then I've done quite a few cities and then museums. And the city ones do pretty well. The museum ones have done okay. And then the nature ones don't do well at all, which kind of is disappointing to me only because my plan was um, to kind of make this a nature channel, not so much like just nature, but like hiking, sightseeing, like national parks, state parks, that kind of thing. Um, and that doesn't mean that I won't. I mean, I did do the Kensington and Milford, Michigan, and that was mostly like birds, because that park, when you go to when you go there in the wintertime, the birds come down one by one, and they have, it's like a pecking order, but they come down, they eat the seed, and then they fly away, and then another one lands on you, and it's like one after another after another. You could stand out there all day, and they eat the seeds. And so that's pretty cool. And then towards the end, I saw a cardinal, and it didn't end up coming down, but that video did pretty well, and I was pretty happy about that. So maybe the key is to have more excitement. I mean, me just hiking and then having like music dubbed in probably isn't going to do it. But I'm open to ideas on what you guys think. But this is kind of like I said, this is only my second live stream. I had been thinking about coming on here for the last like month or two. I just spend a lot of time on my other channel, so I don't have as much time, I guess, to spend here. Or it's not that I don't have the time, because I do have some time to do this channel. I mean, needless to say, I made that a couple weeks ago. I went to the Detroit Institute of Art, and that was about a 30-minute video, 25, 30 minutes. I didn't talk much. I opened the video, and then I closed the video, and then there was me at the cafe for like 30 seconds. The rest of it, I wasn't talking about anything, so I decided to quiet down the audio and dub in uh, music. And then I did that, but it took me forever to do that. I don't know if you guys have ever made YouTube videos, or if you're familiar with like how to make them, but like for my other channel, it's mostly just me talking. So, but for this channel, I haven't really built up enough, I don't know, I wouldn't say confidence, to kind of like walk and narrate. But it's more like, I'm not sure if the audience yet is interested. There's only 90 subscribers, and a lot of them came from shorts. A lot of them came from like my dog. I did a bunch of shorts. Most of them have come from shorts, which for me, like my other channel, half my subscribers are from shorts. I have 2,000 and some subscribers, 2,100 or so, and it took me about a year and 2 months to get monetized. I did most of the first 1,000 were from biblical shorts, and then it's a faith and sobriety channel, or it was a faith and sobriety channel when I started it, and then that turned into just sobriety. And but around that time, I was getting close to the 1,000, which is what you need to get monetized. And I'm like, all right, well, I got to I'm gonna make a short for this. So I made a short, and I got like 25 subscribers, bumped me over 1,000, and then one of my videos went kind of viral. I wouldn't say it was like mega viral. It was like, I don't. There's like different levels of viral, but it got like 10,000 views, 20, and then it was up to 20, up to 30. Now it's after almost a year. Well, it's been almost a year since I made the video, but it didn't get very many for the first 5 months, and then all of a sudden it jumped, and now it's got like 100,000. But that was the video, 100,000 views. That was the video that got me monetized. And I took so I you know I that whole year I was kind of learning about YouTube, learning about making videos, learning about everything, and I still am learning. Obviously, I'm on I'm on here asking you guys what you want to watch, but I mean, like I said, I have an idea for this channel, and I'm gonna continue to make videos for it. And if it becomes monetized, that's awesome. If it doesn't, that's fine too. Like it's not a huge, that's not a big deal. I personally just like to make videos. Hey, welcome in, Kayla. Thanks for being here. Um, what kind of videos do you like to watch? Just out of curiosity. Um, so that channel that my other channel, my main channel, that's a niche oriented channel. Obviously sobriety, so it's easy for me to make up videos. Okay, yeah, my daughter loves those, and yeah, and there's a lot of them out there. In fact, she's always trying to get me to, do the she wants to do my makeup. And I'm like, well, I let her do it once recently, and I thought that was kind of cool. Because she was so excited about it, and being a dad, and I have all girls. It's it's a good idea to let them, let them have their way sometimes. So I did that, and that was cool. But that, I don't think that'd be something I'd be completely comfortable yet sharing on here. But maybe one day, my thought was that, you see famous guys, The Rock and other people, they do stuff like that, and there's no shame there. Maybe there is shame. I don't know. But at any rate, maybe someday. But welcome in, English. What kind of videos do you like? Let me know in the comments. Get a little dialogue going. So when I started this channel, the idea was vlogging. That's kind of what I wanted to do, vlog. Just hit record, have me driving down the road or going to places, church or like museums or national parks or whatever, whatever I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. And I started doing that. I was going to like Aldi, which is like a weekly trip for me. In fact, I'm going there today, right after this video. And then I went to like Menards, and then I went to like Target, and then I started after a couple weeks or a month, I was like, my life's kind of boring. I don't know who wants to follow me around. Um, but I mean, that's I don't think that way, but I'm kind of like, I kind of feel like I have to go out of my way to do things that are exciting. But in reality, like that's not totally true. Um, because I know, having my daughter, that she's 11, I know that she watches videos of in fact, her name's Kayla, but Purple Stars O 02, Purple Stars O 03, O 02. Anyway, they go to they just they it's a vlog, and she has a video uploaded every couple days, I think, or maybe once a week. But they just go shopping. They do like challenges. They eat food, different food challenges. They have like movie nights that they get ready for. They go to Cedar Point. They do like they just do like a vlog kind of a thing, and it's like an hour, um, and it gets. I think she has like 3 million subscribers. So I mean, I know that there's an appetite for stuff like that, but I don't think that's me. Um, I think that, some people, they just get into this, and they'll make whatever, to make money, and that's not my motivation. So I have a like I'll let you know. First of all, my name's Josh. I go by Blue Sky 3 on here. Um, I have a job. It's a part-time job. But my wife and I, we do okay, enough to where like we both work our job. She's full-time, I'm part-time. Like I said, we have a daughter. She's in school, so one of us has to be home every day for her. And then but on the days that I'm not working, or even some days that I do work, I make videos for my other channel, mostly. I spend a lot of time on that channel, but my goal is to spend more time on this channel too, because eventually I don't want to talk about sobriety all the time, and that's mainly what I do for my other channel, and I have a passion for it. I love it. I love helping people. Like I said, I got monetized, so I'm going to continue making videos there. I started coaching, and I'm going to continue, and that is going to be more like a career kind of a thing for me. Not to say that this can't become a career too, um, and eventually it would be nice that it could be. I don't see that happening in the next 5 years, but around that maybe 5 or 6 year time is when I can probably travel more, and that's kind of what I envisioned this channel to be, which is like me going to places around America, but maybe even world too. I've only been out of the United States a few times, um, which is Mexico and Canada. That's it. Um, I live like right by the Canadian border, so that's easy. And Mexico, I took a few trips there when I was younger. My spring break trip to Cancun, and then I went back and when I was like 25 to Cabo San Lucas. And when I was a young kid, we went to Tijuana. We were in San Diego. I think we were staying in LA, but we went to Tijuana. I vaguely remember it. I was maybe like 6, so I don't really remember a ton of it. But at any rate, I would love to go out of the country. English says, I think it's important to do what you love. If not, the channel is going to be short lived. Yeah, 100%. So, English, you enjoy traveling. Do you like watching travel videos? I know for me, I do watch some on YouTube. I used to watch the Travel Channel a lot, and that's kind of where I started to get the idea that, you know what, I would love to do that for a job. Um, Maybe not work for a company. I've never really been into like working for companies. I prefer to work either for myself, or at least if I'm working for somebody, have the opportunity to work independently and not have a boss breathing down my neck all the time. So that's something that I definitely take into consideration when when I started my YouTube channel on the other one and now this one, um, is the fact that, I can do this and I can work for myself. And this is kind of just a linchpin to get started on something more. And when I first started, I was not even comfortable being on camera. I wasn't really comfortable in my own skin, let alone being on camera and videoing, and talking to multiple people, hundreds of people sometimes up to 1,000 on a live stream. And even like the videos, like I said, that one, the main one's got like 1,000 videos or 100,000. So yeah. Then if you enjoy traveling videos, then you'll have you seen any of my videos yet? Any of my um, any of my city vlog videos, or the parks videos that I do? Any of those? Uh, like I said, I don't have tons of views on those, but I think that's really the direction I would like to head in. I do like going shopping sometimes. I'm not a huge shopper, but like I do like to go places, and I do like to like film it if I can. Um, and I do like to go, but I do like more than shopping. I just enjoy walking around like cities, and I've been to quite a few around here already, but I've only made probably a half a dozen videos of that, but they seem to do pretty well, so I'll probably continue on with that. So I do think that if I continue and expand on it, and also maybe continue to, um, like, do you English, do you like it they're when they have like music in it, or do you watch it because of the personality that's making the video, the person, or do you like have a combination of both? Like what entertains you about the traveling videos? Just out of curiosity. Um, I think that the more comfortable I get, like talking about, like I said, I didn't know what exactly to do on this live stream, and then it kind of dawned on me, you know what? I should just talk about myself, talk about what my goals are for the channel, get that out there, and then kind of, you know, continue to have dialogue, continue formulating, and just start from scratch, kind of. English, as I teach English as a second language, so traveling, embracing other cultures are important. Awesome. That's great. What's your first language? So, yeah, that would probably be another thing, but I think I would probably address that as time comes. Oh, gotcha. So you teach um, people that are like looking to speak English. I gotcha. Um, yeah, so I think that the longer I spend, getting used to making the videos and figuring out uh, what people enjoy watching, I don't see myself continuing on with like dog videos. Um, but long term, yeah, I definitely see myself doing like traveling, especially in the United States, and then eventually, continuing to expand out. But yeah, that's my goal for the channel. Um, Let me know in the comments what you like, what you like to watch, because that's going to give me an idea. And I'm going to start posting more on the community. I use the community posts a lot in my other channel, and I wouldn't say I have a ton of people on there, but I would say I have at least like 10 to 20 that follow every day. And then if I do like a poll, I might have at least like 10 to 20 votes, sometimes like 30 or 40 or 50. So it's very active, and I always knew that it was going to take time to build that up. So like when I post on here, and I haven't posted in the community in a while, but when I first started, one might get a like, one I think had like 3 or 4 likes, but really no comments. So it's kind of easy to get discouraged when you're not getting that, especially if there isn't really a plan on what exactly this channel is. I can get bogged down in watching, and I follow a couple of YouTubers, one in particular, Rob the Maritimer. He talks mainly about um, how to build your YouTube channel for people over 40. But I think it can be for any age. And obviously the first thing is getting comfortable on camera, and that's always like the first thing he talks about, and then he goes into more detail about how to make content and add things and this and that. But one of the best things that he had, his advice was um, it's going to take time to create and get subscribers, and then subscribers aren't necessarily like the biggest like barometer of where you're at too, because it's really the watch time that we're looking to accumulate, especially to get monetized. But with watch time, if you have people watching the videos, then you have quality. That means you have quality videos, and people are going to continue to watch. So, like I said, I've been on my other channel for about 2 years. It'll be 2 years coming up, and I was at 1,000 at year one or so, and then 2,000 at year two. So I'm building 1,000 a year so far. But I think that that probably will accelerate the more that I'm doing podcasts and the more that I'm doing getting to know other sobriety folks in the that are like have sobriety channels, because I think that community is key in this, and the more you get to know other like YouTubers, the easier it'll get. And like I said, I'm branching off and doing coaching, so the YouTube was just a linchpin, has been just a linchpin for that. 48, yeah. So yeah, I consider myself young. Not some days I don't feel too young, but yeah, I do feel like especially with the traveling. Like I had grand visions of traveling in my 20s before I met my wife, uh, and before, especially before I turned 30 or so, say. And then I got married. We have a family, and then it's just busy with that, and then I uh, just recently, I would say in the last 5 years, especially 6 years since I quit drinking and spending a lot of time on that, I started to think, you know what? I got to start planning out like my future short term and long term, and really like what do I want to do with my life? And I know at 48, I was 42 when I quit drinking, but I know at 42 that's a little bit late to get started on that vision. But before I knew it, I had a family in my early 30s, and in my 20s I was just like looking to yeah, I'd love to vlog those trips. That's the plan. I took a trip to Sleeping Bear Dunes last summer. Actually, it was like fall. I went up there because I wanted to see the fall colors, and they actually weren't as good in Michigan as they had been in the past. We had a really late warm spell, like a heat wave, even in September and even into October. So the color change here was not great, but I still had a great trip, and I made a video of that, and that was pretty cool. And that was like the first trip that I took that was pretty far. I mean, it's only a 4 hour drive, but I went up there solo. I got to do what I wanted to do. I didn't have to worry about my kids and my wife and stuff and making them happy. So I was able to just do what I wanted to do, have my own itinerary. My wife my wife and daughter, they don't. My wife certainly doesn't want to be on videos, but we have this thing about our daughter not being on. So whenever I make a video, if I'm with my daughter or whatever, I'm aware of making sure, and that's partly hard, how it's kind of hard to make the videos. Uh, I envision taking these trips solo, honestly, because like I said, like I don't mind making the videos when my daughter's with me, but sometimes it's just easier, and it's um, easier for me to film it, but also like just do what I want to do what I want to, what I'm interested in, and then also what the viewers are going to be interested in seeing, and maybe seeing. Again, I'm not sure if viewers are more interested in just me, the personality, because that'll be kind of weird for me to get used to if that's the case. I don't consider myself like real famous guy, but I mean, at some point, if that's what it is, then that's okay too. Like I said, I've been able to kind of build the other channel and learn from that and build into a business and do and so I have a personality on there. It's not that of a vlogger. It's sobriety, like I said, um, but anyway, that's the plan. Uh, for you guys who stuck around English, and some of the other folks, Kayla, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to jump on here, chime in, and I appreciate it. I'll continue on probably making these live streams every week or so. tuning in. Maybe they won't be 30 minutes, but maybe it'll be 15 minutes. Maybe it'll be an hour, depending on if there's enough dialogue going and we have a good topic going and stuff like that. We can make them longer. But I appreciate you guys all being here. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one.